It all started in a quiet suburban neighborhood where everyone knew everyone else. It was the kind of place where small acts of kindness were the norm. At the center of this story is Mr. Thompson, a 60-year-old retiree who took great pride in his well-kept lawn. Next door lived Mrs. Henderson, an 85-year-old widow with a bad hip, who struggled to maintain her yard. Mr. Thompson, being the good neighbor he was, often mowed the small strip of grass that divided their properties. It was a small act of kindness that Mrs. Henderson deeply appreciated. However, things took a bizarre turn when Mrs. Henderson's son, who lived out of state, came to visit. Unbeknownst to his mother, he harbored a deep mistrust of neighbors meddling in their property. Seeing Mr. Thompson mowing the strip of grass one afternoon, he flew into a rage and called the police, claiming trespassing and destruction of property. Despite Mrs. Henderson's protests, the matter escalated to court. The courtroom was packed with neighbors, all supporting Mr. Thompson. The judge, however, seemed unmoved by the show of community spirit. He was a stickler for the letter of the law and, to everyone's shock, found Mr. Thompson guilty of trespassing and unauthorized landscaping. Judge: While I understand this was done with good intentions, the law is clear on property boundaries. Mr. Thompson, I hereby sentence you to 30 days in county jail. Gasps echoed through the courtroom. Mrs. Henderson broke down in tears, pleading with the judge to reconsider, but her words fell on deaf ears. The neighborhood was outraged. An online petition quickly garnered thousands of signatures demanding Mr. Thompson's release. Local news stations picked up the story, and soon it went viral, sparking a national debate about the rigidity of laws versus the spirit of community. After serving a week in jail, Mr. Thompson was released early due to public outcry and the intervention of a higher court. The judge faced severe backlash and was eventually removed from the bench for his outrageous ruling.